That's right. Now featuring bubbles.
Smell the bubbles.
Yeah, right?
No?
Smell like... I think they're like orange, but they always turn the water pink.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's the reaction of the fluoride.
Probably.
Yeah.
Citrus, I guess. Grapefruit's a citrus. It could be that.
That's true. That was a fast jump to a fruit.
Thank you. I pride myself on my ability to identify fruit. It's not true. I know like a handful of citrus. Do you know Buddha's hand? Buddha's palm? Is that right? It's one of those. That's a citron.
Buddha.
No, that's a citrus. Citron is another one. I think that's like the OG citron.
Hand, not the palm.
Hand. Okay.
Buddha's palm is when you do jab hands by moving your hand on the buttons like that.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's cool. You have to have good buttons for that. Or like that specific type of buttons for that, don't you?
I just, no.
I thought you've got the like ones where they're slightly convex.
Oh, yeah. No, mine aren't concave, they're convex. But everyone uses convex buttons. Except for the Americans. In half buttons are the convex, or concave buttons. That's your dippy ones.
Could you boot his palm on con?
It'd be
Cave.
harder, but
Yeah.
I imagine you could.
Scuff your hands. And
Yeah.
Sharp edges of the... We're not sponsored by any...
Hap.
Hap.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored by Hori either.
Fucking bat top controllers.
Back talk?
Bat top. When you go to
Well,
an
the top
American
is
arcade,
a flying mammal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
American arcades, they've got the bat stick.
Oh,
Yeah.
rather than the
ball top.
Right. So you can look like that. So you can cup it. You can't cup a bat.
You'll have to talk to Iris again and the flyer
That's true.
because we haven't done that because this is the first time.
This is the original. This is okay. We're bringing it back. Okay, I'll do it in order. So we saw Oda, and I was like, oh man, fuck that, I don't want to talk to him. And I pressed square just like that because that's how you talk to people in Outer Wilds.
Ah,
Not to be confused with Outer Worlds.
totally different games.
They are.
No, I didn't tell him to come.
I didn't tell him to come. I don't even like him.
He just showed up on his own.
Nobody even
Sounds
likes
like Oda. And then
Oda
this thing
sucks.
says flyer with an I, but if we investigate it, it says flyer with a Y.
Funny.
Alright, hello Oda. Where's Mama?
Oh, she left
What?
a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance.
That doesn't sound real. You're making it up.
She told me to watch the place until she
You're
got
lying, I
back.
can tell.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
Mama's not dead. Mama's always depended on the kindness of strangers, ever since she opened Marble. Please don't be dead. Mama's great.
I really did enjoy Mama.
Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that
Yes.
puddle.
Yes. It looks like a
Right.
Windows phone. What a chump. Who would have a Windows phone?
Do you want to show them your backing or just peel it? The other ASMR portion of our show.
This shit.
There you go.
My phone is falling. My case is falling apart. My phone is fine, but I should just buy a new case.
I'm gonna keep pressing play.
Good.
Never thought I'd run into you here.
I was nihiling with Tessa
Don't
earlier.
call it that.
She said she was going to Marble, so
Uh,
I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
oh yeah, that's right. She was texting him, and we saw through the curvature of the earth that she was on her phone during the police interrogation.
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris.
Maybe stop.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that
You're
thing.
accusing me a lot of stuff. They're gonna think I did it. It's okay, Tessa. Stay calm. I'm here for you. Okay, I won't tell anyone about that thing. Not even if they torture me. Don't worry. Don't worry. I promise to protect you.
That you'd stay quiet no matter what.
Under punctuation.
What were you talking about?
That thing.
Well,
Yes.
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Well, this is bigger than that.
Geez, fine.
Wow.
Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you,
Who's who?
What?
Oh god. I can't tell. Is it my boss?
the door. Someone's standing
Sounds
outside.
like them.
Is there not going to be anyone there? And they're going to run away?
Oh god. Wow. Fuck off, Oda. And Tessa, apparently. Oh no!
Power down Aiba.
Shit, I hope that's not, like, terrible
Permanent.
for her.
Yeah. Hard reset.
I don't want that.
He seemed excited to give us the old zap.
Right? Oda's a bastard. Always has been.
Now it's 3 in the morning.
That doesn't
We're gonna
seem
see
good.
the sunrise.
Oh, Mama's okay. I hope he didn't tase Mama.
Nah. When I woke up, I was lying on the sofa.
Where am I?
My head was killing me and my memory was foggy. I felt a sudden pain in my neck
God.
from where he got zapped. Hey, Mama. You're alive.
Good.
I shot up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over the counter, I saw a monster staring back at me.
Rude.
It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mama.
What a bastard.
He's coming to his senses.
Looks
He
like
likes
you're
her.
awake.
His mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remembered everything.
He does like her. That's inconsistency of the writers. I don't like you.
He was groggy from... No, he just
No.
got zapped.
You don't think people are monsters that you... No. Boo.
Every day
Oh.
I wake up, I think people are monsters. It doesn't go away after I'm awake.
Right? That's consistency. That's different. Ugh. Where is Oda?
Ota, the boy I asked to
Should
watch
have
the
to watch
Allegedly.
your bar.
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy.
Is he?
Yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears
Oh,
that you
good,
took
I was
off with
okay.
Iris.
What were you doing during all
I was
this?
unconscious.
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational.
In safe
Aw.
mode?
Hope she's okay.
Oh, should be.
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
Thanks.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
I'm not a
So
detective.
you weren't drunk?
Didn't have a single drop.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
Got him.
It'll be 3 o'clock soon.
True.
Fuck that, I have to go
In the
to
morning,
bed
of course.
In the morning, of course.
to clear it up.
Right.
Because he hasn't been outside and it's dark in the bar.
It's true.
Date, the boss is
Hello,
calling.
boss.
Pick up.
Oh, how am I gonna report this one?
Hello.
You got assaulted.
Date, listen.
Right?
Stay calm, but this is an
Oda's
emergency.
got a gun.
Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the
Aw,
video.
boo.
I sent the address to Aiba.
She's breathing.
Iris.
I can't move the camera
No.
because it's a video.
Yes. You see what the polar bear wants you to see.
That does so.
Oh, it's live streamed, okay.
No, that's
The criminal is streaming this live.
Aiba, the source.
Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Code.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
Do you think this is real, or do you think they staged it?
What part?
This last part.
Do I think that who staged it?
Oda, yeah.
I think it's real.
Okay.
I can see that theory.
What's our ETA?
Our destination is
Oh,
far
wow.
from here. 20 minutes in the fast.
Damn, dude.
Please, please let me make it in time.
Should probably not watch that while you're driving.
That sick bastard.
Polar bear.
I know you wanted to see more of the polar bear. Ooh, damn.
Polar bear, no.
Buzz.
No? That's way faster than 20 minutes is gonna get us.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get there in time, buddy.
How? Is there something I could be doing?
No.
Tessa! Hold
Don't worry, the polar bear ran away. All I had to do was hop over here and switch it off.
Stay away from
Dude, that polar bear is gonna clean your clock.
For sure. Polar bear could take him any day.
100%.
Even a man large enough to pull off that polar bear suit could take him in a polar bear suit.
Especially.
I'll be back.
Okay. I won't kill it this time. I think I will leave it here and bam. Okay. I'm not actually gonna keep that going for this whole amount of time. Jen, my girlfriend, has never seen the Boondocks. Not the Boondocks Saints, which she has seen and I've seen with her, but the Boondocks, I just remembered his name off the top of my head the other day, and now it's gone. But, the cartoon and the comic book strip. Aaron McGruder. You thought I wouldn't be able to remember his name. So we're going to keep our foot on the gas in this whole time.
Minutes at the fastest.
When is Jeff going to get back here from the phone call?
20 minutes at the fastest.
Jeff is coming part of the seams. Assuming these seams are all in his nose. Coming apart at the seams.
That's true.
For how sick you are.
That's not true. Flip this table. I'm so unsick.
We've been keeping our foot
So
on the
very
gas
well.
this whole time.
Oh wow. I like that the shot pans. That's nice. How many times have you seen it loop?
noticed that.
Maybe it doesn't always. Maybe this is the next part of it, and it's just
Mad.
yeah.
Here's your controller.
Thanks for doing the thing. All right.
Come closer.
I could feel the sweat in my palms. I'm gonna throw this on the ground too. I'm gonna get real close to the mic and throw things.
The engine raised a high-pitched scream, but I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time had passed? The feeling of time itself had disappeared.
Weird.
Eventually, the car reached a long bridge. Shortly after, the image changed.
Shortly after, the image changed.
It's gonna be looping footage.
Notice that we haven't seen the polar bear and Oda at the same time.
No, it can't be.
Just saying.
No.
So that would have been a quick costume change.
Yeah. He's good for it.
Yo!
Gross. Jesus.
That's an interesting take on censorship.
I don't think she was breathing that time.
Oh, I
I
didn't
think it's
see.
a dummy. I think it's staged. I would like to believe that Oda's the polar bear and they staged this.
To what end?
I don't know. Now she doesn't have to be an idol anymore. Now she got her life back.
driving too fast, Date, and she's
The engine's screaming.
He kept his foot on the gas this whole time.
It's not safe. 335.
He almost got whiplash. He took off so fast. The roof was open. The music was hot.
Good peel out. Or peel in? Oh, it's unclear. Oh, cars.
Clearly, I don't either.
What?
Ah, the old switcheroo. Take the mask off the polar bear?
I think turning the power equipment off first is a good idea. That's fair.
I assume he's wearing gloves. Oda?
Shit. That Oda does look real dead.
Ota.
Huh. There's an active crime scene. What the fuck?
They say the biggest way of breaking immersion in video games is seeing your own reflection in the loading screen.
There it is. That big green X behind us.
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you.
What?
It's rare to see you down like
Everyone
this.
I know is dead.
But it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you. Am I right?
Yeah?
Basically. What camera is this? Maybe it's just memory.
Shall I tell you
Reconstruction.
what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed
Oh,
murder-suicide.
shit. Iris is dead.
Ota had a selfish love for
Sure.
Iris.
That's true.
He was under the delusion that Iris
I don't
loved him
think he had that
Possibly.
delusion.
but Iris refused.
Definitely.
So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife. Killed her, then killed himself.
It's very neat.
Yeah, how did that... Okay, so like okay.
How do you turn it back on?
That's ridiculous.
He said it, and
Ota
then
would
he
never
went
kill
right down.
My
Iris.
bad. Set it back up.
And how do you explain the other two murders?
We don't.
Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person.
That's conjecture, but likely?
It's a pattern.
The new
Sure.
Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
Hello, boss.
Oh, we get to talk this through?
Okay. Had no incentive to kill Renju. That's probably true.
Well, I think all of these are questions.
Yeah. What about the polar bear costume? Let's get to the nitty-gritty.
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
True.
I thought she would say something, though.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris,
go.
he realized that
Feel less
he
rude
couldn't
now.
live with himself.
Sorry. I
So
thought
he
it was
lies
gonna
down
go to
on the
question
offense
time
and
again. I
turns on
wanted to
the
be
ice
over
cutting
there.
machine himself?
Turns on the ice cutting machine. It's an ice
I don't
cutter?
buy it.
Yeah.
Jesus. Cut a lot of ice, Alex.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency
They usually do
prohibits
have
it, making
strict
the
no
president
dating policies.
Renju
Yeah.
the ultimate bad
At
guy
least
in his
K-pop
mind.
does. I don't know if J-pop's the same way.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
Hello, boss.
Also true.
Shoko was married to Renju.
True.
Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by
They
killing
did not
her.
have a happy marriage.
This is an awful lot of
That's a
conjecture.
stretch. They've been divorced for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
There are some additional discrepancies.
Thanks, Aiba.
I analyzed the investigation
Okay.
report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Are you sure?
Very good.
I am.
I told
Oh, I know that.
Well,
Ota could have stabbed himself.
before or after he got in the costume.
After he got
Maybe
the
he
costume.
thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice cutting machine.
that's-
That's
the case.
gruesome. I think you could stab yourself in the tongue and make that pretty fatal.
then shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Maybe, boss.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the
While
warehouse.
wearing his polar bear costume.
No, then he gets into the polar
Then he
bear
gets his
costume.
polar bear costume. Depends on if
Well, I
there's,
wasn't
I
being
guess there's blood
serious.
everywhere, so it's hard to tell when he was in the polar bear costume.
I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the
Okay.
beginning.
Go on.
I was just playing devil's advocate
Fuck
for HQ.
HQ.
Really?
I mean, you gotta
Yes,
talk
really.
something through. If someone doesn't give you the obvious bad answers.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Ha!
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume.
Okay.
He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's
I like
mercy.
the idea of the polar bear guy running around with a kitchen knife. Yeah.
The culprit
Come at
forced him
me.
into the costume, then under the ice cutting machine. And then
Then he was ice cut.
Then, who was the
we don't
culprit?
have enough.
Society.
I wish I knew.
We're up to
Pardon
4
me.
victims. But Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
Was the polar
So
bear's
let's
eye
focus
pulled
on the
out?
3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Oh,
The
the agency?
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting
Hey,
point.
hey. Hello, boss. No, point to your forehead. Shoko's daughter Mizuki, Oda's mother Mayumi, Iris' mother Hitomi, Moma is the crime boss, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
These?
and that's true though, isn't it? Because they both were in it with Momo, and she was supposed to go do the gig for Momo. Not that he's the one who
Right.
did it, but that is a connection.
It's again probably one of those where it's just like exhaust the things.
Yeah.
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras, but there's no connection to Iris.
I mean, she didn't actually do the gig, so there's that.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims. Shoko and Renju were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is
We're not
ridiculous.
asking you to consider her as a suspect.
Congressman.
Is Hitomi related to him?
I
Obviously-
don't know. Not that I know of.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school
Right.
classmates, and she did say that she met Shoko twice, but I can't imagine she would kill Iris
True.
in such a gruesome way. No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me.
I don't think you're going to be able to figure the
Mayumi,
culprit.
yeah.
It's got to be Mayumi.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemniscate either. And since Renju is the president... Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill
Fair.
her. And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
Stab him with a kitchen knife.
Renju, Shoko, and
Oh wait,
So-
didn't we talk with her about that crazy kitchen knife that she's got?
Who?
Mayumi.
Mayumi has a crazy kitchen. Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
she?
Yeah.
There is a connection between Renju and Shoko.
It's
from the
everyone.
Kumakuras, but again,
Spoilers,
Can't
it's
see
a
clearly
Orient
to
Express. It is me.
You do have a connection to all
I
of them.
know Renju and
Right.
Shoko.
And you
And I'm
were
connected
probably
to
the old
Iris.
Cyclops killer.
But I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No. Now that I think about it, Shoko
How could
too.
you not have killed
I don't
Shoko?
remember killing her.
Well,
My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of
It's
recent
not
events.
a great alibi.
And if I start doubting myself now,
Date, I can say without a doubt
Because
that there is
you're a
zero
living record.
possibility you are the new Psych. I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
you couldn't be the new Cyclops killer.
Because I
You're
am.
the old
I thought
Cyclops
about
killer.
Right?
of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can continue your investigation. Do
Arrest
whatever
everyone.
it takes to get the culprit. To get justice for the victims.
And also to get the new
You're
Cyclops
right.
killer off the streets.
Got it.
That's probably good too.
Important.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I want to go to the cold storage warehouse. That seems good. Do it. I'll pause it. We're good. I won't even press the X button now.
Oh, wow.
Right? Fool me a million times. Shame. 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 Ba-ding-a-ding-a-ding. Shame. Shame. That's a Game of Thrones reference. From one of those seasons that's not this last one. Is that 5th? That can't be 5th season. I don't remember. If you know, tell us. It's the one where Circe has to do the walk of shame. And there's that nun with the bell. Pardon me, a septa with the bell. Ding, 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 ding. It's good stuff. Is my shirt? No. Unclear. Maybe it is just green now. Weird. It's hard to tell. I was trying to see if it was showing the warehouse pattern, but it doesn't look to be. Yeah. That's all I got. Let's see. Could try Google Translate on that cold storage warehouse and see if that is in fact what it is. Didn't they say it was a fishery place? Said it was a fishery, right? But it's for the cold storage. The cold storage for the fishery, fishers, fish, for the
And
and
you
you
want to keep the fish
Oh
on
god,
ice.
I hope it's our buddy.
I stepped inside the cold storage. Tagami! The air conditioner wasn't running.
Tagami!
It was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all.
It's like it's for storing cold things.
The cold air sunk into my skin.
It's so cold in here.
But the center of my body was burning hot.
Except for the cold outside.
Hey, Kagami.
Oh my god.
No, nothing so far.
Word. The inspector's doing his duties as usual.
Damn. Spent. Alright, Bloodstained B. Policeman. So cold.
I checked this place point by point. But didn't find
Not
nothing.
nothing. Not no way. Not no way, not no how.
Nothing.
Let's see.
There
Stupid.
was a total of 0
Oil.
things in here.
Oil drum.
Unlikely to be a clue.
Could hide a body in there. Bloodstain A. Iris noticed blood. Alright, that's it. That's the whole thing. Alright.
Bloodstain B? Is this the killer's blood? Oda's blood?
Is this Oda's blood?
A video camera and laptop.
Hack
this
them.
is what the criminal used to
Hack!
strike.
Do you want to see it again?
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
What about the feed?
I have logged into the
Thank you.
Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co. Ltd. is listed as
And
the
the
owner.
Wi-Fi.
However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it.
Wait. Does
So-
that mean she found a camera that showed a picture of the router and took the password off of that?
To hack it?
Yeah.
No. I think she found the router. Trying to figure out how they access the Wi-Fi to stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
and
did
then saw
she
it.
find...
Yeah, through a camera.
That's so weird. Okay.
I don't think she started there, is what I'm
I
saying.
have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras
forget
we
who the
know.
Okiuras are.
Renju's father created
Rinju
the
Okura,
company.
Shoko Okura.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju.
Currently. But they
The
used to?
company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the
Okay.
management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
Equipment.
A video
Oh,
camera
okay, well,
laptop.
we'd made it.
The workbench. Iris and Oda were sliced in two by this ice-cutting machine. Iris and Oda.
Iris's estimated time of death.
Thanks.
The video was not a recording. It was.
Can
Which
you go
means
back?
Iris's time of death is 3:20
The
a.m.
log.
Yeah.
I missed a word.
It was not
Have been
recorded.
confirmed. Okay.
Video was not a
Okay.
recording. It was a live stream filmed in real time.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been
There's a
recovered.
bag of them somewhere. An ice cutting machine. Ooh, forklift B. Fine. Do we see anything special about forklift?
This
Yeah, I
forklift
guess we
is
do.
old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
A forklift. The tire and floor covered with a layer of ice. A hook hanging from the ceiling crane.
It hangs overhead. It is an overhead hook hand.
Oop, blood.
Hook hand hook. This one?
A, I think. There.
Evidence marker.
Damn. Yep.
What about this evidence marker? Okay. Oh,
Shelves.
There are only a few items
they-
on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
knives.
Nothing.
Alright, good talk.
There's another thing over there. Is it the other, the workbench?
Right here.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of
After
death
320.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
and the
Right. About Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound or...
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Damn. Workbench. Maybe Oda was trying to help Iris, jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle, and Oda ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume and finally cut open by the ice-cutting machine.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume
You're the
on
bear
Ota?
now! Polar bear! Polar bear!
Date, we should get moving.
Polar bear!
Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the
Polar
warehouse
bear.
thoroughly. We will not find anything of
Wow.
importance here.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
you're
sorry.
right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they
Alright.
find anything.
CSI, can you inform me if you find anything?
I'll let them know. Let me know if you find anything!
That's kind of a weird thing to make you do.
I don't think they made us. I think we could have left.
Yeah, but
It made us. We
Yeah.
are forcibly leaving now, but it is weird. Sick police lines.
like
Oh,
they do
Peter. Oh, I remember Peter.
the yellow lines.
Caution
Football.
tape. Oh,
He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
the yard marker. Hello.
Date, I have to
What?
talk to you
You're
about
the
something.
Cyclops killers.
Huh?
About the original
you.
Cyclops serial killings.
It's me.
Why this all...
Because I want you to solve this case,
case is
Mr.
you.
Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
Yeah.
The boss was there. I couldn't
Remember
speak
that time
openly
she
in
never
front
tells
of
you
her.
anything about the old Cyclops killer? She'd kind of take it personally if I had started telling it. Yotota.
So, I decided to
Okay.
meet you here.
Go on.
All right.
I have a
Let's
polar
hear
bear
it.
costume. The old Cyclops killer used to wear a polar bear costume.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have
Now,
committed these
I'm not
crimes.
so sure.
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
Gonna turn into a Power Ranger at some point, I'm sure of it. Oh.
Let me explain why.
Did he beam that into my subconscious?
I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer. Although, it's more accurate to say killers.
There
More
was that
than one?
wasn't that weird thing that
This music is great.
In the first series of killings, the culprit had
we
an
saw in
accomplice.
the warehouse.
Oh yeah,
screen.
yeah.
One of them was born a murderous
Okay,
psychopath.
that's great.
The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the
committed
Kumakuras.
suicide.
Yes.
They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed
Okay.
the eyeball.
Take me away, Crane. Can I look at the barrier? I can't look at the barrier. Nice.
A hologram barrier.
Cool.
It doesn't actually keep people out.
Legs are weird. I think it's just this line. Makes them look really wide-hipped.
That, I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you. 18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and
That's
gouged it out. The reason why was
He
simple.
clean
wanted to have
gouging.
her eye.
He was fascinated by
You
women's
have
eyes.
the
Their beauty
prettiest eyes.
stimulated his greed and his desire to
Okay,
possess
so
them.
that means it's less likely that
He needed to have them. To
they were affiliated with
make
it. Or
them
at least
his
had the
own.
same motivations, because we had Renju's eye as well.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
they're just really into eyes.
driven by this instinctive impulse, he
That's the
took
only thing that makes
woman's
this killer
eye.
more dangerous. He's bi.
Yep.
From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a
Okay.
deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge.
Kill very many people.
His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years.
Dark past.
However, he soon met his
A
ideal
child?
partner, the aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was
Sure.
established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Who is the murderous psychopath?
He was born with a
He
brain
was born.
dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to
Made him
properly
really
secrete
weird.
oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection,
Aiba.
and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood
just
and
really
relieves
stressed
stress.
out.
It is normally
not fun.
secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but
His brain made him a serial killer.
He lacked love, and so he serial killed people.
Without love, it cannot be seen.
he was unable to feel love in the way that we
If
do.
On a
you
chemical
touch
level.
me or caress me, I feel love. Don't do it now. We're in Crane area. Ice fisheries make me uncomfortable.
However, he was able to experience a
Tell me
substance.
it's orgasm.
His brain could only secrete oxytocin when murdering women before they had their eyes removed.
His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through
Okay,
other
yeah.
means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and
Okay.
endorphins by performing a
It's
certain
serial
action.
killing.
What
That's
was
me
it?
stabbing.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Murder.
definitely.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system
Thanks.
of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure
What
from
a
killing
weirdo.
people?
It's slightly more complicated
How
than
did he
that.
stumble across murdering people as the way that his brain made him feel good?
Killing
How'd you find out
people
that you
was
like
the only
video
way
games?
he could get pleasure.
Process. Trial and error.
Man, I tried killing a lot of other things. Now I kill people, and that really works for me.
He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again
Is it you,
and again.
Peter? Are you okay, buddy? Calm down.
It was nigh orgasmic.
The original Cyclops
Is it
killer had
Peter?
an accomplice.
There were two Cyclops
Both of them were
killers.
Who is it?
One of them was the former chairman of the Kumakura.
Pewter.
Rohan.
Pewter. Buddy.
I told you, not in front of the fishery.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original
is it?
killers is dead, I know that. That means one remains. Who is he?
After his fourth murder, he was
Who was he? Would you like more details?
They actually
They picked up
him
whom?
It's hilarious, actually. He wasn't filing his taxes correctly.
What? That's fine. Don't. Okay.
But in any case, he is currently serving a life
New
sentence
information.
in
Who
Fuji
is?
prison.
That's helpful.
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
In prison.
Fuck off! Fuck off! They strip you of our identity as well. What was his name before
Space
prison?
is bad.
Fuck you,
He
Pewter.
just doesn't want to tell him.
He is simply called.
Who was he
shit.
called before?
No, 89 was the guy who put in the
Hachi.
call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Number 89.
Good job.
Yeah, it does sound an awful lot like Date.
Right. It's Date's
So now you know why I said
his
that.
twin Etad.
That the original Cyclops killer.
Because he's
couldn't
behind
have
bars with
committed
a
Where
fake
he doesn't
identity.
have a name.
Because one is dead and the other is
Which is
behind
which?
bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
Peter looks grimly serious.
Interesting.
Look in the water, see if you can find the knife.
Use your X-ray eyes. Damn it, Aiba. Lazy. Oh, no, I want the Mototoyo.
Stacked containers. The
False.
box.
They are not stacked.
Well, they are stacked at level 1.
No. 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 It's not how it's stacked.
Look in the oil drum for bodies.
Over there's an oil drum, guys. Did you see it? Is it full of clues? Date, this is why we don't let you around here. Oh man, I almost had it.
It's
Oh,
water.
damn it. That's not water. That's not how perspective. Well, maybe it is. Alright, no.
Yeah, because this could be like
Just
jutting
buildings.
out.
Maybe, yeah. A jutty, if you will. It's a different thing. It's not a thing. Date residence taken. I want to go to...
Where do you want to
I
go?
want to go to the prison. I want to
No.
talk to... I want to find Mr. 89.
No.
No.
In prison, you don't have
Callers.
visits. They
don't
strip
get
you
gentlemen
of,
callers.
They strip you of your visits.
Let's see, shoot it down. Let's talk about your weird knife, Miss Mayumi.
Hey, how's your knife doing?
Where's the man of the house?
Excuse me, I would like to speak with a man.
Would your husband please hand me your knife when you're done with it? If you're not done with it, that's fine too.
The place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust.
It's so cold in here. And
I
quiet,
stepped
like the
inside.
cold floating dust of the ice.
I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye.
Oh, she's sad because her son is dead.
It was Mayumi.
It's not very
It
dark.
was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth.
That's real rude.
I think it's not about the age of the tree, but the way that a tree dies.
Like a dead old tree.
You look dead and old, Mayumi.
You look like an old dead tree, ma'am.
Old dead.
I don't mean
old-
that in an offensive way. Polar bear, sorry, I slipped into that. My childhood was rough, you know. Do you want to talk about it? I'm sorry to interrupt. All right.
I don't know, Edward. Do you want to talk about it? It wouldn't have made any difference.
This is
Okay.
your fault. I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris.
She was with me before I got tased by your son.
My boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body
They don't
early
actually
this morning.
usually ask you to do
Actually, to do that because it's traumatic.
I'm sorry. I want to be
That's
alone
fair.
right now.
Good talk.
Did
Oh,
you
I'm
not
sorry.
hear me?
I haven't had the chance to hit circle.
Old dead tree.
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Can I talk to you about your knife?
Excuse me, I'm gonna look at your counter.
I just need to look around for a little bit.
The counter. The kitchen. I can see my kitchen from here. Look at Mayumi. Okay.
Mayumi is sobbing. What's she hiding? She's texting under the table. No, we should leave and let
Yes,
her
both of her hands. Going to Date's place?
Yeah.
I like this going down the list.
Yeah. Very process of elimination. I'm gonna X them off in order until they give me the prison. You want to know about the Cyclops killer? Yes. Who is it? Well, let me tell you a
There
story.
are two of them.
Okay.
One
Who
of
are
them is
they?
Rohan.
Good. Who's the other one?
His brain worked differently.
Rohan's brain?
No, the murderous psychopath.
And what's his name?
The murderous psychopath?
Yes.
The one whose brain works different?
Yes.
The one who can't produce oxytocin,
I
the
don't
love
care about-
hormone?
What's his name, though?
The guy who made all of the endorphins.
That seems like a lot of people. I think
well,
we're getting
he made
more. I
extra
think we're getting
endorphin-
broader here. I'm specifically looking for the Cyclops killer, who's not
The
Rohan.
new Cyclops killer?
No, the old one.
Oh. He's in jail now.
Okay. Thanks. What's his name?
Fushu jail.
That's
Fushu
not his
jail.
name. I'm sure
No, that's where
not
he's
his name. You can't fool me. That's definitely not his name. You're right. It's not his name. Nothing's his name. His name is nothing? Is this a weird pun?
No, 89.
Oh.
Number 89.
Is his name-o?
Prison is rough, man. We need the justice system overhaul.
Sure is different.
She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator.
Small animal, small animal. Let's talk to this cushion.
No, predator. Predator.
I'm having bear flashbacks. Don't do that.
Too soon.
Tell me about fishing warehouses. Oh no.
Everyone's
one of
eyes go
these.
gray when they're sad or dead.
Dots, dots, dots. Tell me about fishing. Dots, dots, dots.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
She
Of
is real
course,
sad.
the news was
haven't
distributed
texted
heavily
me.
across the not just in Japan, but worldwide.
Okay.
3 days ago, Mizuki discovered
Literally
Naomi's
everyone
body.
she knows
2 days ago,
dead
her
except for
father's.
Date.
This morning, two
We
of her
can't let her
best
get
friends.
to tomorrow. Someone else
It
will
is
die.
completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Uh-huh.
Can I be
Yeah,
left alone
I'm
for a
gonna leave
while?
now. I'm not even gonna ask that question.
Are you
Cushion
okay?
Any more questions?
No.
Yeah.
She didn't seem okay, but I can't stay by her side forever.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good
Thoughtful.
counselor.
Understood.
I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left.
Good. Okay. Done. And then we let. Hold on. I want to talk to this towel. Towel is hanging. Indeed, it is. Towel looks like an old dead tree mourning the loss, clutching on to what last vestiges of reality it still holds. The handle of the kitchen.
Gravity,
counter.
it's hangman's.
It's so cold in here and dusty.
Everything is dead and old.
Oh man. Hello.
Hey, how's your
Do you know Mr. 89's name?
When I visited Satomi's house, something happened that I can't read.
Oh god.
When I visited the Sagan household, I found Satomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I don't know where Jeff's going, and if he's going to the bathroom, I'm a little jealous because I need to go to the bathroom again. Good news, everyone. Jin says that Death Stranding is a little confusing, and I might have to play it before she can, so that I can explain everything as it goes along. that's really exciting to me. I was worried that I was going to have to wait like a week to play Death Stranding. She says it's very complicated. I wonder what we'll eat today. I hunger. It's building. It's on the hunger is to like here on my body, and when it gets to here, game over. I wonder where Jeff went. Sounds like Jeff might be on the phone, and if he is, I'm gonna run away and go to the bathroom. I will be back.
Hi, the internet. I'm gonna get some juice. I can take a hit. Doesn't have to be a whole lot. I need just a splash, you know? That's fair. Yeah. So, how's it going? Did you redecorate? I thought your tea set was in a different spot last time I was here.
It's a lot more open in here. Did you do something to make the room
Did you get rid of that old dead
Why?
tree? I agreed and sat down. I forgot what I agreed.
But after that, I couldn't say a single word.
Because it was so cold and dusty and silent.
Like an old tree.
Like an old tree.
And the heavy silence weighed on both of us.
Like a cold blanket. Dots? Is it dots about everybody? Oh wow, no.
Hey, Tony,
Thank God.
My entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
Dots.
I don't know if this is important.
Everything's important.
No, please. Tell me.
Censor.
I may have told you this already.
It's not that kind of stream. This is a stream for good boys and girls.
That's right. No, my Shiranui
my.
For you. Can I cover it up with myself? There it is.
I met Renju's wife Shoko twice.
I remember
before.
you saying something like
The
that.
first time at the wedding. The second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of
Number
the
89 prison?
Prison?
Wait.
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as
Does the
Ranger's
number
wife
89
right
mean
away.
anything to you?
She was there for the same reason I
Okay.
was. To visit.
Do you know who?
What was that
No,
about?
I don't.
Inmates?
We didn't talk.
Oh, okay.
I lost track of how to scroll. She was in there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates. Do you know who? No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Okay.
Which prison?
Fuchu.
Fuju Prison.
Fuchu.
In Tokyo?
89 dots.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes, or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold.
You know how babies are.
And it was 2,
Small
then
features.
3. And finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether.
Wow.
She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up.
Bad Iris.
Her memories are a part of this room. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried.
It's not a far fall.
No, I can't move it so that we're out of
One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her, but... What?
Sofa, what did you go through?
Do you know anything about Iris? Sofa?
Oda was one of my
Please
students.
don't talk to my furniture.
I taught him in elementary
shit.
school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up...
Sawed in half as a polar bear.
I don't know what to say. I
That's
have
fair.
no words.
No one should be sawn in half as a polar bear. No one should be sawn in half, let alone as a polar bear.
Except like as a magic trick, and even
Only
then,
consensually.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
You're not gonna ask about who she was visiting in prison?
No.
I don't...
Who was it?
Who does your interior decorating? Is it you or do you hire someone? It's just really, really peaceful over here. You know, aside from all the memories of your child.
Please, you have to catch them.
I'm gonna do my best.
Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
I like your Iris. I'm sorry. That was
Was it too soon? Let's hang out at Marble.
Mm-hmm. Let's get drunk and not go to Fuchi prison.
Woo!
Woo! Solving cases. Glug, glug, glug. Mama.
Are you
No.
okay, honey?
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning,
got
anyway.
toast.
You know about
Everyone does.
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I can see right through it.
it? I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Okay.
What would you call it?
Tell me.
Tell me.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case. Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras? Shoko also has
We
a
know that.
relationship with them. You know about her dealings with
Yes,
the
keep saying
Kumakuras,
Kumakura.
right?
So basically, 2 of the victims are
Now
linked
say
to the
it faster.
Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
Banana.
3. Iris?
No, not that one. The
Ota.
boy. He came here last night?
Yes.
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner.
Excuse me.
He's linked to the Kumakuras as well. Have you heard the rumor?
They say if you die in your dream,
Oh, wait. No. Hold on.
they say men who cheat are cursed.
Okay.
about Sojima in the Kabasaki district.
The haunted district. The exiled district.
The basic idea is this.
Oh, the money scheme. I remember.
8 years ago, So sold his land in the Kawasaki district for 30 billion yen.
Uh-huh.
Half a year later, an explosion in a chemical plant caused the land prices to drop drastically.
Uh-huh.
So bought back the land for 1 billion yen.
Okay, so far he's spent 31 billion yen.
Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Did So blow it up? Or conspire to blow it up? No, he spent 29 billion, or he made 29 billion, right? No, that wouldn't make any sense. He sold 30 billion
I thought he owned
yen of land.
Sold his land. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
and then there was the explosion,
yes,
and then he
bought
bought
it all
back.
back.
So he's got his land, and he's got 29 billion
Yes.
yen he didn't have. No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that, except for 20 billion. It's a net zero. But there's more to the story. Oh, because it was already worth 30 million. Yeah, or a billion or whatever.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They, of course, look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts. I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for
Kumakura
you.
Enterprises?
Okay.
The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kabasaki.
So then he owned the land twice.
Now,
Okay.
back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kabasaki? So was the one who came up with it.
And then...
I was born and raised in Kabasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved
So I want to pave
dearly.
over it and put a casino up to celebrate my youth.
You should watch
Look at Kabasaki now.
Ozark.
When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being
I
chopped
feel
to
like
pieces.
that's like
He's
more of
doing
a
curls.
cutting than an aching.
With really thin barbells.
But I promise you, I will revive the Kabasaki district
Unless
at
it's
any
more than
cost.
30 billion yen.
In which case, I am flat broke.
Casino Town Kabasaki will give new life to the city.
It's generally how casinos do.
After that,
Not really
So
for the-
moved
known for
fast.
their
He submitted the bills he needed to the
revitalization
National
of
Assembly
communities.
after drumming up
They
support in the
are
right
great
places.
money laundering.
That's
places,
true.
Yeah.
I guess depending on the community.
The bills passed and it became an official
We
government
will build
initiative.
this.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased
You
at a
didn't
rapid
build
pace
that.
in the
Premonition
Kawasaki
on to.
district. At the moment, the area is still
Hard to
considered off
have a
limits.
successful casino
That
no
you
one
can't
can
go to.
However, the air in Kawasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative
that
effect on the
rarefied
human
air.
body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kabasaki are going to skyrocket.
How much did they have to invest in chemical expunging, like, air filters? Assumedly less than 29 billion
Hopefully.
yen, but
And all that land is owned by the KE and by So himself. The land he bought back for 1 billion will be worth 10 times that.
10 billion?
Which is still less than 30 billion.
Right.
But it did mature, so he would be up to 39 million net.
Sure.
He's involved in some shady business.
I don't know. I'm unimpressed with making 10
Right.
billion out of 30.
Right.
This is all way more money than I can conceive of, which
Sure.
is why it's really easy for me to be
To be, like,
unimpressed.
dismissive.
Like if you doubled it, that would be impressive.
Sure.
To me.
He didn't.
1.25 multiplier.
Less than a third. Yeah.
Mama's polishing the dried bonito.
Good.
This is just another rumor,
Uh-huh.
but the chemical plant exploding was no
What?
accident. It was done
Half-truth.
intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
Scott.
But there's no hard evidence of that.
I knew it was his birthday. I saw that
It's
this
just
morning.
gossip.
I didn't text him. I'm gonna text Scott.
They're 2 hours behind. It would be rude to text him so early. I
It was
did.
like 7 or whatever. So
What about Oda and the Kamakura's?
What were we
Mama,
talking
don't
about
play.
again?
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kabasaki
Sure.
district?
Yes, now.
The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down.
We don't want your
declined.
smelly chemical food.
No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge.
Okay.
Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more.
Damn, Yakuza.
That's how I link Ota to
I
the
missed
Kumakuras.
the punchline. How did he do it?
They are probably responsible for the chemical plant explosion.
Who? The
Kumakuras.
Uh-huh.
And that made sales at Mayumi's restaurant decline.
And that's why they were talking about the area being off limits.
Right.
Okay.
Bye.
Say goodbye.
Thank you, Mom. I don't know if what you told me would lead to anything, but...
No witnesses.
Oh, sorry. I didn't
No,
mean
no,
to waste
no.
your time.
No.
I learned a lot. We talked
I'm
about
glad I can
numbers.
help,
That was
even
good.
if it's
I got
just
to
I
compare
learned about a casino.
29 to 39. That's good.
Well then.
Come back
It
anytime.
is a lot of money, 10 billion yen.
Oh yeah, but I mean, if
I don't have 10 billion
that's
yen.
your like regular. I want to go to a bit. I want to go to the prison.
You can't go to prison, Jeff. You haven't done anything wrong.
I'm gonna kill this desk.
You can't kill Mama.
I'm not gonna. I wouldn't do any. I'll go shoot something outside. I don't want to ruin
that's the
business for
bathroom.
her. I'm gonna fuck up her pipes. Gonna flush. No, I don't want. She's nice. She's like trying to run a business here. I'm gonna go to a different area.
Oh, check on the radio and the TV.
Toaster?
Yeah, the picture too. There's smooth jazz playing on the radio.
Saint Sebastian. Saint Seb. Oh
There's
man.
a TV to the left, though. I just want to see if they've got the news on.
Ooh. There it is.
Yep.
I can hardly see it.
There's a TV. No,
They don't
it's
have
turned
it
off.
It's barely a TV now. It's basically a wall. Ugh. Ugh. Monday, 4:57 p.m.
It's been almost 12 hours
since I visited the prison.
I returned to the boss's thing.
Hello,
room,
office.
But I didn't see her anywhere.
She could be anywhere. There's so much stuff. She could be behind that Christmas tree.
Where'd she
behind that
go?
Christmas tree.
Well, she isn't always
That
here,
makes sense.
correct?
Sometimes she
True.
goes to the bathroom.
Sometimes she's in the ceiling.
I sat down in my usual seat and decided to wait for boss.
Sat in her chair. I thought that was him standing on top of the block. My usual spot.
What are you doing?
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the
Ooh,
investigation.
I love
I love a
perhaps?
summary.
What summary? We don't have anything.
That's
I
not true.
unironically love
Oh, okay.
summaries. Oh, because we've gone
I
through all
was
the
curious,
places.
so I did some
true.
research.
Thank God someone did it. Jesus. We couldn't touch that police work with a 10-foot pole. Who is 89?
As you know, he is an assassin.
Assassin
with
seems
the
like a
Silver
different
Fern
word.
Cats.
Yeah. She's a robot.
He is
She's
currently
great at her
serving a
job.
sentence
She
at
knows the
Fuchu
difference
Prison.
between assassinos and not, presumably. He's currently serving a sentence.
He was in prison
Okay.
6 years ago.
That's what Pewter
Uh-huh.
told us.
All checks out.
After his fourth murder, he was
I
arrested
think
by
they're
the
assuming
police.
that we'd have
Done this
Saved
over a
and stopped,
period
yeah.
of 7 hours. What's his name? Oh.
Unknown.
fair.
You don't know?
No such person is listed in the family
No one's
registry.
name is listed as 89.
It is possible he is a foreigner,
Oh.
but his nationality
Okay.
is unknown. However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised
Okay.
in Japan.
No such person is listed in that.
No one's named 89.
Right. Did she actually mean that, or did she just like...
Well, how would you look up someone whose name is 89 because the government took it?
There's gotta be records of who's at the prison.
It might be over her clearance.
I don't know, Alex. She's been hacking into cameras just to steal Wi-Fi router passwords off of the boxes that they're...
Which means she's resourceful.
Okay.
Unknown. I cannot determine if they
Fair.
have any connection. Approximately 1 month ago, Hitomi Sagan witnessed Shoko in Fuchu Prison's
Okay.
waiting room. I am unable to say for certain that the person she was there to visit
Did
was
the
number
person
89. After all, Fuchu Prison houses 2,000 inmates.
Are they all numbered 1 to 2,000?
But number 89 knew Shoko's name.
All he has to do is know Renjiro.
Or be part of the
That must mean
Kumakuras.
that he knew her somehow.
It is possible. Pewter claims that there were two culprits behind
But I
the original
disagree.
serial killings. One was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan
Okay.
Kumakura.
But Rohan committed suicide last year.
Ran out of eyes.
That leaves one culprit still alive.
But number 89 couldn't possibly have
They were
committed
in
this
jail.
crime. He was in jail when each of the murders occurred.
Correct. However, I do not believe it is accurate to claim that he had nothing to do with the incident.
Go on.
I know who killed Shogun.
Is that your evidence?
If he was telling the truth, his involvement is possible.
Let's
talk to number 89.
I don't know if he's telling the truth or if he's full of it. But he's our last remaining loose end.
Gotta tie up loose ends and kill him.
However, we need not go to him. We can bring him
With
to
Wi-Fi.
us.
I hacked into the prison.
If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Wow, I don't think that's a good idea at all.
I am down.
We've violated a lot of rights today.
What's one more?
Can you arrange that?
I can.
Oh yeah. I know we took away their identities first, but certainly we could break into their minds.
After cutting through some red tape, number 89 was brought to HQ.
That's all. It's just dismissed just like that.
Why is Boss not pissed?
What?
Boss.
Why?
She doesn't want us to know for some reason.
Nah. We did some
I really
some
wanna know who this
unofficial
is.
red tape. It's also Boss.
It took considerable time to arrive, but for some reason, Boss never showed up. Probably because she's dead.
Oh no.
I really like Boss.
I want Boss to be dead.
It's just in this version of
Mondays.
events.
That's the top of his head. I thought he had a big burly beard and we
Yeah,
just
for a
hadn't
second.
peeled, like panned all the way up. Is he texting? Is he me?
Hey!
Ah!
Stop texting.
Hello. Hello, old me. Sort of.
Are you tired? Do you want a glass of warm milk?
Dun dun. Hello, 89.
Sorry to interrupt your
You don't have to
busy
be
day,
hateful,
but
dude.
I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
Hopefully we've got the right guy. And they didn't just switch
Jerseys,
jumpsuits.
yeah.
Jerseys. Prison Little League is real intense. What's your name? No.
Your real name.
I don't remember.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's unethical.
I hope that's not true. I hope he's just not telling us.
Burkina Faso.
Really?
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa. Population 17 million.
I don't have time for your jokes.
Okay. Nadami.
Yeah, I guess I do.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu
Did she
Prison.
visit you?
Was she there to see you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no position to
Sure
lie.
I am.
I'm not lying.
What are you gonna do to me? Take
didn't
my
come to
identity
hear
and
me
my
talk.
memories? Invade
Why
my
did she
personal
come?
brain space with your sync device? Who gives a shit?
Who would do that?
To meet me.
Monsters.
Meet you.
She probably just wanted to see me.
Why?
A long time ago. I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
A physical one.
We held hands.
We fucking.
I'm kidding. She was just a business partner.
That's what they tell me.
That's right. I was one of the culprits behind the case 6 years ago. One of the two Cyclops
So far,
killers.
checks out.
Each of us had one eye.
Wait,
And
what?
we actually had two eyes, but
With one eye together.
All right,
Rohan actually had several eyes.
let's get right down to it.
He had a surplus of eyes, some might say.
More than
2
the
days ago,
usual.
you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko
Okay.
Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty. We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out
No.
of prison, right?
It's done.
What?
We've got a
The
deal.
police are allowed to lie to you.
Well,
All right. But to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story. It might take some time.
Yeah.
I've got nothing but time.
Me too.
Then let's get started. The story of a
Oh, I
lonely
guess he is an
assassin.
assassin.
Well, per his language.
Back in Burkina Faso, I killed people for a living.
I need to tell you a long story.
Once upon a
so
time,
the boss has
there
plenty
was
of
a
time to be
detective
killed.
full of righteous
What?
justice.
Full of righteous justice.
Let's call him
Okay.
F. F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings, and grew up in an orphanage since he
Okay.
was born. He suffered every kind of abuse imaginable
terrible.
there. It led him to despise all the evils of the
Particularly
world.
images, I guess.
One day, F
Evil.
was chasing a
It's not
thug down at the harbor. Someone wanted for the assault and murder of
His
women.
voice is familiar, but I don't want to look it up.
That's fair.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife.
That's Aiba.
Here. You lower your gun. It's fine. I got nothing else on me. I'll go quietly. You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while. Even if I get caught, it's all good. I'll come right back out again. What should I do next time? Just thinking about it gets me excited.
You shouldn't. If someone's got a gun on you, you shouldn't brag about how there's nothing they can do to you.
No, that's a bad position.
The culprit was unarmed, but F never served a day in prison. The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared innocent. If the truth got out, it would be a huge scandal for the police. People at the upper level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated. F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all. After a while, he returned to his job like
I
nothing.
found that he really enjoyed killing people.
That was a turning point for him. He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back. F still wanted justice, and he was willing to dispense it to the immoral, one by one. He became an assassin, a lone gunman. No agent, no employer.
If you don't have an employer,
He
I'm
was
pretty
his
sure
own
you're a
man.
murderer.
Right, you're not an assassin anymore.
F believed that he
You're
was
always
judge,
a murderer,
jury,
but
and
whether or not you're an
executioner.
assassin tends to be tied to whether or not you have an employer.
But it didn't last long. One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X.
Okay.
X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy. Turns out, X had connections. Someone wasn't happy
Let's
that
call
he
him
died.
Y.
Rohan Kumakura, chairman of the
We'll call him
Kumakuras.
Rohan.
X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time. Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
I've done some research.
You know those
I
guys.
know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum
Okay.
from this earth. But somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation. They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or
It was
natural
a typhoon.
causes.
Nothing to do.
Amazing work. How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say no, but it'll be the last word out of your mouth.
F was trapped. Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer. Thus, F's self-employment came to an end. He became a hired gun of the
Now he's an
Kumakuras.
assassin.
Rohan even gave him a code name, Falco,
Okay.
For F.
named for the falcon, a bird of prey.
Falcon. Named for that guy from Star Fox.
Slippy?
Yep. Named for Slippy hair. He was named after Slippy, and so his name was Falco.
That follows.
Yep.
Falco didn't quit his job as a police
Okay.
officer, though. He worked as a detective by day.
Kinda like
assassin by
Batman,
night,
but real
the
bad.
will of
He
the
never slept.
organization.
It was really
An
problematic.
ordinary killer would need motive to take a life. Not Falco. He did as he was told, one target after another. It didn't take long to destroy his heart
Waited
completely.
on the street with all his witnesses.
He was shooting the witness.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Just, he finished. That was the last
Yeah.
person on the street.
Time.
Time passed, and a few years back, Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal
Plain
mistake.
exhausted because he never slept.
He missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to
And
the
died.
stomach. Somehow he managed to
died.
escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him. He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last.
I pray I'm never shot in the tongue, but I
Oh, yeah.
promise I will make terrible noises.
Oh, good.
But at that moment, in his darkening vision, he saw a woman
shit.
approach him.
Tony?
Probably. She still has that sweater from that day that she met Falco.
He watched her take out her phone.
No,
and
no,
dial
no,
for
no,
help.
no, don't.
At the same time, he heard footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close,
Who
kissing
Iris'
her to
dad?
keep her from talking.
Falco.
Maybe. I was still thinking
Rock
Ranji
me on
might
the
be
dais.
Iris's dad, but this seems more likely now.
And that's all it took. She was immediately pregnant.
Yep, just that brief interaction where
That
she
was
stopped.
the first encounter between Falco
That's how
and
pregnancy
a woman.
works, I think.
How do you get Prevnart?
Good pregnancy.
Pregante.
She was a teacher at some school. It was like she was from a totally different world
Where
than
you
him.
don't murder
Ah,
people
teacher.
every waking hour.
Teachers, he told me. Gotta be Tony.
Listening to her talk, he would forget everything about his line of work. She was his only contact with the ordinary,
But
mundane
that's like,
world.
that sounds like
They
love.
met in secret a
Right?
few
This
more
doesn't
times.
stack up with
Falco felt his heart grow
Pewter's
warmer.
damning indemnification.
Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched
Weird.
heart. Falco started to become
Falco
himself
started talking
again.
about himself in the third
His
person.
former
No, this is
self.
89. Falco's a completely different individual.
Right.
And then I killed Falco.
Swore in his life that from then on, he would live
Okay.
for her.
Then he became
I've seen
her
that anime,
assassin.
Yeah.
My assassin.
No, that's kill for her.
Oh, pardon me.
So, you want to go
Yes.
clean?
Only when I'm hanging out with my girlfriend.
Fine.
Thanks,
Do as
Rohan.
you please. You've done a lot for us, but there is.
I need a
one
collection
last
of all
thing.
the eyes.
One final job I want
Just
you
get
to do
one
for
little
me.
eye.
It's
Just
nothing
need an eye.
major. This woman and her daughter. I need you.
Who
to
are
dispose of
they?
them. Should be simple, no?
Why would I kill a woman and her daughter?
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco
Banana,
met at the
so
shrine.
not her dad,
I'm not gonna
presumably.
do that.
And her daughter. She had just
6
turned
years
20.
ago, it stacks up. That's Iris.
Why the two of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason. And Falco had no intention of
Did he
carrying out
say
the
that?
kill. But
The
if he
commissar.
did, he knew that someone else would.
Falco had a third song.
He thought long and hard. How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime?
Hey, Rohan, why you need them dead?
He couldn't find an answer, no matter how hard he
Ugh,
fought.
it's not
He
working.
was
I
back
could
to
ask,
the
but that
corner.
won't work.
Ooh,
he
no! I
decided to
can't
call
do
in
it.
an old friend
I
for
should
help.
probably
friend.
shoot Falco.
Who? Hitomi?
And then,
Who's your friend? Is it Pewter?
Let's call him X. Wait. X is dead. Falco is me.
Falco is F.
Right.
Silence. For some reason, he wouldn't open his mouth again.
He died and his eye fell out. It's embarrassing. Between that and Shoko. Thank you.
What's the connection between that and Shoko?
Dots. Why did you stop? Was that the whole story?
Was that the whole story?
Dots.
Oh, good. He's not dead.
Why did you stop?
Dots.
You mentioned a detective.
Dots.
Hey,
No.
answer me.
Gods.
This is a transaction, remember? Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end of the bargain, I'm not telling you anything
that's fair.
else. I'll give you half up front,
Half your
later.
life now and half the next time you get out of prison.
Well,
No.
to hear the rest of my story, you better start the release procedures.
No.
Once they've cleared, I'll tell you everything.
No. What if I got you visitation?
It is unlikely that number 89 will uphold his promise, even if...
Computer.
Yes. I'm here too.
Start the preparations.
For what?
What do you think?
For the sync. Because we're going to
Sync.
sync him. Because we can't get anything
Where-
out of him by will, so we're going to force it out of his brain. Because he doesn't have a name, even though it's maybe Falco.
That's the second thing they take after your name is your rights.
Be asleep!
Oh, shit. You are drunk.
Jesus. He won't be waking up anytime soon.
He's good as dead.
Yeah.
Was it 6 minutes? He said he wouldn't wake up anytime
I
soon.
know.
No, it's the sync limit, separate from the sleep limit. Ring around the... And then we were synced. We were in his brain and he was in ours. And then we played... What's that one? It's like Cube or Cell or... Jennifer Lopez and Vincent D'Onofrio. It's the Cube or the Cell. It's one of those.
I'm going to say the Cell, because
Okay.
it's not Cube. No
Cube's
way.
the Jim Henson one?
Jim Henson's the Cube, yeah.
Okay.
Fucking love that movie.
I haven't seen Jim Henson. I know it's like free on YouTube or whatever, right?
Sup?
No, not sup. Why are you sleeping on the job?
Because I want to,
Oh, that's right, I forgot how
obviously.
weird
Why
these
are you getting mad at me?
Yeah, this rug feels so good
I
on my skin.
hate this.
Why are you suddenly a cat?
Playtime's
What?
over. Let's begin.
Stand up.
Is this the
Uh-huh.
Somnium residence?
It
We've
definitely
been here
is.
before. No, don't thumbs up
Number
that. Take his
89.
edit it out.
What were you up to?
Yeah,
Future
Alex.
Alex.
Get it.
Edit the thumbs out.
I'm going to put thumbs for the entire video.
It's all
Do a big
thumbs.
thumb.
What?
Remember that time the Jello happened?
The green. I do not think
I
I can
agree.
pass through it.
Really wants to hide it, huh? Okay,
We get a
new
spoon.
plan.
Somnium scan. Activate.
Come on.
Digi-armor
Gate.
Jive.
Mega Man.
Jack in. Seek a way out.
You gotta get that goop off your ground. Mental locked.
2.
Okay, her face is 2, sure. 3 is the window.
4's the wall.
4 is a door.
Okay, so we got 4 locks.
And that weird bramble. I kind of want to get the stuff that...
This appears to correspond to the green
Uh-huh.
thing.
Okay. Number 89 is covered in a green membrane. I can't get close. Sinking in the... something.
Switch, picture, winter iris. I want that soup, but I don't think we can get it yet.
Can't get to it yet.
Okay.
Iris? I don't know.
Sure.
A winter iris that blooms in the cold.
I know,
That's
I
green.
know.
These seem equally likely. Smell.
Just takes less time.
It smells like a typical winter iris.
What is a typical iris?
Elegant and gentle.
Can't you just tell me what it smells like?
I had to search online for a description, but
They smell like
could
she
not
knows
find
that
Don't
it
it.
smells
search the
normal.
internet inside someone's brain. Give him
Oh, right.
Wi-Fi.
I forgot about that.
Okay, so that wasn't it, but now we've got a 40 tiny.
Let me see that switch.
Yeah.
A switch, but there are thorns
Indeed.
around it.
Remove the thorns first.
Remove thorns seems
Yeah.
good.
An astute observation. I will do that.
Boop.
Ow! I can't pull them out. They sting me.
Well, guess we have to investigate without pulling them out.
If you're fine with whatever happens to my fingers.
Now we've got a 50-second timer.
Okay.
Look at the picture?
Can. Do we want to try to do the other, switch the thing again?
Well, they sting her, so I don't know.
Oh, fuck off. Can I please have the picture?
A picture?
Just a picture.
Fill out.
Fill out gives you a better timing.
Sure.
Now, if you think removing it's better, though.
I don't have a pen. No choice. I must use my blood.
You don't have to go that far.
Let's rewind this whole thing. It'll be fun.
The color has returned.
Hey, Aiba?
I said blood, but it is not the same as human blood. No need to worry. And besides, we are in a dream.
It's fake
Still,
AI
blood?
blood. We're okay.
I'd feel better if you used a different word.
For example,
Body
No, that
fluids?
sounds worse.
I do not feel comfortable with that.
Hello, phone.
A phone.
Agent Date, you've
Should
got
I
5
pick it
minutes.
up?
Hang up or ignore.
Hang
What?
up. But don't use...
Any other timies?
Yeah.
What the?
Well,
I fainted.
So don't hang it up.
cool.
Ignore for 2 minutes?
Wow.
Oh, for 1 minute.
It won't stop ringing.
Yeah.
For at least a minute.
Keep staring at it. We just used a sixth of our time.
Yep.
What was that?
I don't know.
Good.
We're solving it.
Ignore
Well,
the phone.
Better that there hasn't been a split yet, so
Yeah.
that's good, I guess.
Like there's only one way to
I
solve it.
guess
Solve.
it worked?
Agent Date, you've got 4
Oh,
minutes.
Cool.
There is some kind of liquid pooled on the floor.
Jump in, lick, smell, stick hand.
Stick hand in. Then do you want to use the 10-second timer?
Yeah, we'll go 10 seconds back. Or no, let's just
No.
use it 10 seconds.
It is surprisingly deep.
Did you find anything?
Well... Oh! There is something!
Cork.
Good. We got rid of that goop. Good job.
What is this substance? Green tea?
It's obviously not.
I don't know
green
that that's
tea.
obvious.
Perhaps it's jelly.
Jelly seems more likely.
It's not jelly.
Oh god.
Still can't get
So you have to do the book now.
map.
Book or ceiling fan?
Huh. Can I reach the ceiling fan from here? Almost. Let's get ceiling fan.
It's a ceiling
Jump on?
Is that like a giant desk
Yeah.
fan?
A desk fan only moves the air immediately around it, whereas a ceiling fan circulates air in an entire room.
Oh, right.
Blow on. Throw something. Headbutt. Hold on.
If you...
I'm gonna throw something.
You're gonna throw something? Okay, well that's not so bad.
Right? I'm not gonna headbutt it. That seems like a bad deal. Blow on doesn't. I guess blow on or throw something are the only ones I can see going well.
You don't think hold on would?
No.
Okay.
I think we're gonna get thrown into the goop.
Yeah, if you want to throw something, go for it, man.
I don't know.
Worst case scenario, we just do
read
it.
this
Yeah.
entire thing.
Something like this? Take this! Do not me! Be more careful!
Sorry.
Cool.
Prevent the disturbance from question marks. What's the book?
A book?
Probably read though, right?
I would think. My heart says read.
Before we tear it.
F does not have parents or siblings. He was raised in an orphanage.
F for Falco.
Oh, I thought that was gonna do
We
it.
got a double bad timing again. This sucks.
You have 3
I know.
minutes, Date.
Jump on it or try the switch again.
Jumping on it is gonna take forever.
Switch? I don't think we can do anything with the winter iris.
I don't believe so. Oh, don't.
I'm not.
reset
I was
that.
just pausing it because it does tick down in the small column. I don't know, man. I hate this. Do you want to just try stuff until
Pick
something
the
works?
winter iris
A winter
Okay. Twice as much time.
For a
We're
minute.
gonna die right here.
You can do it.
Stop it! You're distracting me! I got one!
Sick. Oh no.
Aw, right after I pulled it out, too.
Did the green stuff
Nope.
react at all?
The phone did.
It's ringing again.
You have less than
What should I
2
do?
minutes. Hurry.
Pick up.
Yeah. It's gonna give you a ×2 timing.
Alright,
And you're gonna black out for an hour.
Yeah, that's fine.
who is this? What the?
Just ignore it, I guess. Always ignore phone.
Ignore it for the next hour.
Yep. Done.
120 seconds. 2 minutes. That's it.
Yeah, we're done.
I wonder if that's the answer, is to ignore it again.
I don't think it can be since we haven't solved any of the locks. We have to do all of them within the time limit, right?
What I'm saying is, I wonder if that was the next answer to ignore the phone again.
It stopped. Aren't you curious
Yeah.
who was calling?
Try and answer.
I am curious, but what if they threaten me for money?
You're a police officer. Have some backbone.
Yeah. So we need to figure out how to ignore the phone.
For less time.
I mean, we can. That's not going to be that difficult.
Ignored the phone again.
I suppose we didn't do anything wrong.
At least you didn't faint.
Okay. Well, that's too much time.
Yep.
That's it.
Cool.
Date, there.
Shit.
Get eyed.
Wow.
Now we live in his brain.
Retry.
Retry. From the top.
Top, yeah. That's it.
222?
That's it.
Is it? It can't be.
Restart. That's the one. Retry from the beginning. You meant restart.
Well, yeah. Okay, so now we know that the way to get the first one is to first fuck around with the...
Sup?
No, not
Because I...
Are you getting mad?
R2? Should just hold it. There you go. I like that. Okay. So the first step is to draw on the painting with blood. As you do.
That was right.
Yeah. If you do it and the thing goes, then we're right. The winter iris? You want me to look at the winter iris?
Jesus Christ.
A picture.
Just a picture.
Fill out. You can remove it?
I don't remove it, honestly. And if not, just restart again.
It isn't coming
It's a
off.
relatively small
It
use
must
of
be
time and it gives us
integrated into the-
good timing.
Like you to
So we can just
No.
use that on
like
something.
me and
Leaf block.
Almost.
No. No.
Yeah, half time is good. I wouldn't just restart.
A picture. I don't have a pen.
You don't have.
And then ignore the phone with your
Oh.
timing.
Just ignore it.
So now we go to the book.
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
A book?
Wait, was that not it? Oh, do we have to unplug the thing?
There is some kind of...
It's gonna make us use the thing. Which is fine. As long as we use the good times, we'll be fine.
Did you find anything?
As long as they don't get it.
Is it gonna make us ignore the phone for 2 minutes again?
Jump on the fan.
Oh yeah.
It's a ceiling.
Is that like a giant...
A desk fan, only...
Huh.
That's fine. Just jump on. That's good for me.
Good.
What are we missing? Did you have to throw
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry.
Bottle. I haven't done anything with the switch.
Oh no, it was the iris. You pulled the iris, right?
I guess that triggered the phone again.
A winter iris that...
I know.
Let's use the 10. I was gonna...
Get your That's fine. Hopefully this lets us
You can do it.
Stop!
ignore the phone for 10 seconds instead
one.
of 3 hours.
That would be great.
Aww.
Did the green stuff react?
I got rid of it.
It's ringing again.
Ignore. Okay.
Now we've got new options.
Now we can see what we're supposed to be doing for the next time that we do this.
Yep. Ignore the phone again. Alright. Book. New book.
2 new books and a pot. Oh, get to the pot!
Didn't want that pot.
Less than 1 minute. Hurry.
Okay. I worked right on that.
It's a pot. It appears to be some kind of green curry.
Maybe a soybean stew?
It might also be boiled green juice.
Yeah, like a slime.
A turtle ninja could leap out at any moment.
Alright. Not the 40 seconds unless we drink it.
Well, you can use the have.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
What do we want to do?
I want to drink it.
Okay.
What is this?
You can tell by tasting it.
I would like to know before.
It's green, right?
Don't say such things. I'm the one who has to drink it. Fine.
Aiba? Aiba!
Thank you for the delicious soup.
What kind of soup was it?
Elephant.
What did you say?
Elephant.
Okay, so don't drink the soup. What else do we have? What are our other options to interact with? Books and the ceiling fan and the switch. The switch isn't... Can you just look at the switch?
Date, you're out of time.
That's okay, that's fine.
A book. F became an assassin for the Kumakuras. Rohan himself bestowed F a code name. That name is Falco.
Falco.
Date, there's no time.
Shit.
We've got it. I believe in us.
Okay.
This is the run. We've solved it.
I hate this.
We're translating it. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Sup?
No, not sup.
Because
Having her time with spells.
I'm discovering new things about myself, about the game.
Alright, so...
Step 1.
Touch the picture with blood.
Paint it with your blood.
If I could reach the picture. There it is.
Hole in one.
Just
Blood.
a picture.
Blood.
Blood.
Okay.
And then
Fast
use
track.
the tin timey to ignore the phone for 10 seconds.
Ignore. See you in hell, goop.
Okay. So this time, grab the iris.
I guess a winter iris.
I know.
Don't use the 30 tiny on this.
On the 30?
Yeah.
It's fair.
You could.
I could get rid of it.
A switch.
Agent Date, you've got
But there
I
are
think you guys
birds
have
over
specs. Maybe hit circle, you should be fine.
Yeah. Okay, now, book.
a book.
Read.
Does this give us the penalty?
Okay, now, no.
Gack it up.
Gack.
Gack
There is
it up.
Stick hand in. Do we stick hand in with the
Half.
30 or the half?
I think.
What is this?
Damn, it's gonna make us ignore it for 2 minutes. What the fuck?
It's ringing again.
Ignore the phone again. Okay.
We've got 2 books. The pot that we didn't do the right thing with, maybe.
I'm gonna just go to the book. I'm gonna go to the other book since we didn't talk about that book before.
A book.
Read. I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Hopefully it gets rid of that 30.
Then gives us like a 1 second.
F stands against evildoers and brings them harsh justice.
Guy sounds like Judge Dredd.
Is that a
Bad.
good thing
Bad.
or a bad thing?
Judge Dredd's
Yes.
a farce. You don't want to be a farce, do you?
A book.
Get rid of that 30.
Ooh, 1/5.
I'm all out of ideas.
Okay. We haven't tried tearing any of the books at any point.
Nope.
What do the 3 books say? One of them says that it's
It's for Falco
evildoers.
that do things together.
U is for
Uranium. It's for evildoers. He changed his name. Rohan gave him the name F.
Can
Falco.
you when you went to the switch, we tried to remove the thorns.
Yes.
Do you want to try and flip the switch?
Just try and flip it? Sure.
A switch.
Alright. What do we have that's helpful?
2 1/3, but
Let's-
one of them's gonna go away anyway, so
Yeah.
we might as well use it.
4 seconds.
This switch again. Last time we handled it in a
Don't
different
know
manner.
that.
That was then. This is now.
But there are thorns. You are aware that.
It's fine. It'll only hurt for a bit, and it'll be.
Oh, it doesn't hurt. The light has turned on.
Okay.
Times 2.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
floor lamp.
You have less than 2
Yeah, we're gonna
minutes.
do it one more
Hurry.
time, probably, I guess.
A floor lamp.
Maybe.
Oh, probably. Grab, turn off.
Turn off?
Yeah, sure. I don't want to kick
Easier
it.
said than done. I do not see a switch anywhere. Or any kind of power supply.
Really? Come on, look harder. Where's your motivation?
That was amazing.
I cannot find it.
Okay. Well, don't turn it off. Convince the lamp to be off.
That's what's not in there. By
I
kicking
know.
it?
Yeah.
A floor lamp.
Or lift up, or kick or lift up.
Well,
Jeff, I want you to kill this fucking lamp.
It is impossible. It is too.
Which is harder? That or
There's
what
no
I've got
need for
in
that.
this.
Let's hit each with a hammer
There
to
you go.
test.
I withdraw.
Can my phone be on that?
No.
I'm gonna kick it.
A floor lamp.
We should have thought to kick it in the first place.
No. No, that implies that means anything.
Just kick it. You don't have to use a time.
I'm just gonna take it.
A floor lamp.
You better come up with a more intelligent.
Fuck off,
Date,
intelligent.
These are
None of this matters. Okay. Did we... I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna tear this.
Tear the book up.
a
I'm gonna
book.
tear this book in half.
Tear the book up.
Are you sure this
No.
will help us uncover?
It might. We're getting.
I'm gonna jump on the fan.
Less than 1 minute.
It's a ceiling.
Is that like a
I have to
giant?
choose
A
it.
desk.
That's
Oh.
fan.
I'll be back.
Good luck, Alex.
Don't panic, Jeff.
I'm not panicking.
You sound panicked.
I'm not panicked. Alright, what else we got? I guess it's the pot.
It's a
Steam is
pot.
rising.
It appears
Some
to be
kind of
some.
green
Maybe
fruit.
a
Maybe it's
soybean steam.
It
Maybe
might
it's
also
elephant.
be
Yeah, like a
It's
a
elephant.
turtle ninja.
Okay. Let's heat the pot.
It doesn't turn on. Is it broken?
See the phone over there? Call the manufacturer.
Okay. Do you think they make dream house calls?
I do not.
A pot with.
I'm gonna wear it. I'll save wearing it for Alex. He'll probably enjoy that. Oh man. Hey, if you decide to remake this game, maybe rethink your choices for the dream sequences. Because they're bad. Alex, like an idiot, I chose to heat the soup, and it didn't work, and they suggested we call the manufacturer. And then she offered, do you think they make dream house calls? And he said, no, I do not. And we lost that time. So would you like to wear or smell
Oh,
the pot?
I want to wear the suit,
I
Jeff.
figured that was you. Okay. We're gonna wear it for 10 seconds.
What?
I told you to wear it.
Wear it. All right.
It's gonna be
Here I
on our
go.
head. You did it. She's achieved popdom.
Yes.
Part of the
Yes.
You okay?
I am fine, actually. In fact, I feel as though my defense has
sense.
risen.
I'm a little worried about your head.
That's the most
Why?
protected.
My head is thoroughly protected.
Okay. You need to grab the lamp.
Oh,
I know
no,
what
wait,
you're
this is-
thinking.
I already grabbed the lamp.
Wait, what's left?
I don't know.
30 seconds.
It's a ceiling fan.
Headbutt with my new hat.
So smart.
I'm in it now. I'm on that.
There's using your head.
Ow!
No
Well.
good, huh?
It's worth a shot. What else can I do with my head?
What else is there to do here?
I don't know, man.
Wait.
There's those books again. There's still that lamp. Here, let's try the lamp before I run out of time. Alright. 10
Grab
seconds
it.
to...
Yeah, you tried to lift the lamp.
Yeah, which
Grab the
involved
lamp.
grabbing it.
No, see, totally
I'm gonna use
different.
1 second to grab this lamp.
Are
No.
you sure?
Yeah,
I'm
go
sure
ahead.
of nothing.
Is
Yeah.
this okay?
Phone?
Yo, if we can solve this,
Solve is such a strong word.
Looks okay.
What is that?
The pot is great. The pot was the best choice I've made.
It's an eye.
Date, what are we going to do?
with our remaining 3 seconds,
Poke
hold on,
eye.
close the curtain. Don't let it see you, Jeff.
I'll poke the eye. Oh, poor lemon juice. Hold on. Get fucked, eye. She's on top of the table. Oh, there's no lemon juice.
Lemon? Lemon. Where are you, Lemon?
I've had days like that. Like when you're late and you can't find your keys. You're wearing a box.
Well, a giant eye
Your
watches
neighbor
you.
watches you. Yeah,
We've
you
all
feel
been
like
there.
you're on camera.
Very relatable.
Oh man.
You usually get a lemon with an order of karage, right?
What? No lemon.
Before we think about squeezing some on there, shouldn't we take
The
a
eye?
bite first?
Oh, if only I had a lemon. If
Yeah, I'm
only I
hung up
had
on
a
the
lemon.
lemon too.
That whole time it was.
Oh no, we passed out again.
No, that's good.
No.
Oh, we also could have ordered a lemon sour. That would have worked.
Why wouldn't I order something else entirely?
Oh,
I feel like
that works too.
No, you're fine.
Date,
I'm gonna ignore it.
time.
You have to close the curtain.
I'm gonna ignore
Spoilers.
Did you look it up?
Yeah.
Oh wow. We should do that for the rest of these, so that we don't have to play them. Unless
shit.
Nah, because I want to know if we can solve them. This
it's
one
not a
didn't
solve.
work. Yeah, it is.
It's not a solve.
There was a
We're
right
just
answer.
rubbing random items against other random items.
Yeah.
I hate
Solving it.
No, it's not a solution.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna wear my
That's
pot
the
on
one
my head
thing that
for this
that's
entire
fine.
time.
I'm not gonna make you drink the soup.
I'm not gonna elephant ever again.
What kind of soup?
Oh my god, elephant.
What?
Elephant. Except with a grin. Alright, press the switch by flipping it on. Ignore thorns. Thorns can't hurt you. Alright, switch.
A switch?
There are thorns around it. Flip switch.
This.
Okay, lamp turned on. Times 2.
Ignore it for 2 minutes.
A phone.
Ignore.
1 minute.
Okay, checkpoints. Do we still have to bleed on the thing? I'm
Yeah.
confused as to what actually makes anything do anything.
A picture.
Is that part of the...
Date, you've got 5 minutes.
Fill out.
Do you want to use the quarter? Or just take the 24 seconds?
Let's take the 24.
Okay.
I don't have a pen.
Nor do I.
Just
No
like
choice.
real life.
I don't have.
Gotta use blood. Okay, now what do we do according to the guide? Liquid? Book?
Yeah, it wants you to go put your hand in the liquid.
Put my hand in the liquid. That's the only one that makes sense.
There is some kind of.
Quarters are powerful things. I'm gonna save it.
It's obviously not.
You need to pick the winner iris.
Oh, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It says, okay, it seems to think that we're doing it out of order. But I don't see that that would make any difference because we're still doing all of the things. And it wants us to do all of the things.
I suppose. With
Okay, winter iris. We're supposed to pick it?
Yeah.
a winter.
Okay.
I'll take this shit for 30 seconds.
It's a waste of time. Nobody needs that in their lives. Nope.
You have less than 2
Have
minutes.
some fun.
Hurry.
We're good for it. I've got all the time in the world, Alex.
It appears to be some.
Maybe a soybean.
Okay,
It
stop
might also-
talking about it. Just wear the pot.
For a fourth.
Okay. Nice. How
Okay.
many now?
Dun,
Now what?
dun, dun. Go grab the lamp.
Okay, grab.
Grab.
Okay,
Don't pull it up. Don't
just grab
shake it. Just grab it.
A floor lamp.
We can spare 12
spare.
seconds, yeah. And it's not going to do anything to hurt you.
Okay, now
Okay.
what?
Go tear a book.
Doesn't matter.
I think you can only get to the one.
I think I can get to the other ones, can I? At this point?
A book.
I don't know.
Tear. We're ripping up his history because they're lies?
Are you sure this will help?
I
might.
Okay, cool. Eyeball, and then we close the
Close the
thing.
curtain, yeah.
Okay, with one of our timies if we get
For
a
sure.
chance. Okay. Half. Oh, well. I'm just gonna close the curtain.
You used the half anyway, which is fine.
I didn't press X.
That looked like Rohan to me.
I thought it was what's his
It
face's eye.
left.
Because he's got the. Oh, I thought it was Falco, but red.
Oh, okay.
Mental Lock 3, we've done it. We're solving the case.
Close the curtain. Okay.
Did it.
That eye.
Do you know something about it?
Yes. It was...
You
He has a thing
insane.
for eyes. Sometimes.
Hitomi.
It is Hitomi.
What?
Oh, Hitomi.
Okay. So it says that it wants us to tear the book on the table.
Okay.
Throw a skull.
Okay.
There is a skull.
Yep. Okay, tear the book on the table. A book.
A book.
Okay, we're gonna lose a thing anyway, so might as well use the half.
Definitely use the half.
I wonder what these books.
I don't know.
Number 8.
Okay, now throw a skull.
Throw the skull.
A skull.
Do not see a body. Alright. Half, I guess.
Yeah, because we'll be losing that half anyway.
Would that not be disrespectful?
Dead. It's a hunk of calcium.
All right. Sorry about this.
See a skull.
Whose skull was this?
Unknown. I also cannot determine the connection to number
I can't
89.
determine the connection either. What now?
Now it wants you to tear the book on the shelf.
Tear the other book. Okay.
Basically, it wants you to tear all of the books.
I feel like this is less of a guide and more of a just attack against literature.
Here I go.
Got it. Literified.
Tear the book on the table near the door.
Oh man, I don't think we got the time for this.
A book.
Okay.
30 seconds.
Use your quarter. Yeah.
Yep.
Now it wants you to lock the door.
A green book.
We're not even gonna talk to Hitomi.
I do not think there is any.
Alright. Guess it's nothing.
Lock the door, Jeff.
Who's that?
Solve the case.
What do I do?
With plenty of time to spare.
What's up in the skull fragments?
What? Oh.
This
We're
is
in the
real.
memory now.
Let's have this. Why couldn't we have just started here?
This is where the content is.
Yeah.
They kill Hitomi?
No, they shot her in the arm. That's how her right arm's all limp now. Take her eye. No.
Stop right there.
Boss?
Hello, I'm here too.
It is I, Boss, the detective.
Mental
They
lock.
were mentioning, and that's why she doesn't want to talk about it. This is like a conflict of interest, but the wrong way.
An interest of conflict.
I mean, it's bad to have this kind of a conflict of interest.
Curtain, the other side.
Nailed it. Hole in one. 13 seconds to spare.
Ooh, I hate them.
That's breathing room, Jeff. I think we'll be able to nail the next one.
Yeah, did you look that one up?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just.
Do you think it's an
confident.
actual thing?
Yeah. I think they all are, Jeff.
No.
I think they're just testing different skills than we're prepared.
What is the skill that we learned from that? What did we learn, Alex?
Tear books. Tear books. Tear books. Tear books.
No, you're being a polar bear. Don't be like this.
Where's Boss?
Dead,
She's in
probably.
the brain.
Boss, where is she?
I haven't
Oh,
seen her since
fuck,
about
man.
noon.
Damn it.
Date, listen. Something happened
Did
while
Boss
you were
die?
inside.
Over the last 6 minutes.
Please stay calm.
I
and
transferred
listen.
your consciousness
Is it
into...
Misaki or is it Boss?
So Tsujima's body
Okay,
was
dead.
discovered. He was cut into pieces and put inside a vase of
Jesus.
protection.
It's a big vase.
That can't be.
The housekeeper found him and reported it to
How
the
did the
police.
housekeeper know what she found?
And one more thing.
If somebody's cut
It's
into
signed.
enough pieces... There's a toe tag.
So was missing his
From the
left
pieces
eye.
in the vase they could tell this?
That's one of the pieces they couldn't find.
Cyclops killer did it?
That's the only
Probably.
piece they couldn't find. They
Everything
reconstructed
else-
the whole of him. They're like,
Oh.
it's just a vase full of blood and chunks. And then they put it together, and they were like, oh, it's so without an eye. Didn't he have
I
two
need
eyes?
to talk to
Oh, he had
Boss.
2 eyes.
I suggest checking her office.
Good
We
idea.
checked there before.
Oh, man.
We'll save after this. Are you hungry?
I am hungry.
Okay. You want to save, eat, and then play Resident Evil 4?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Made it through the dream.
Not here.
She could be anywhere in that room. It's full of stuff.
The Somnium earlier is just like the dream I had.
What the hell is going on?
What the hell is going on?
What is going on?
What is going on?
They told me it was shot by Rohan Kumakura to protect number 89.
And there's one other thing I can't figure out. Boss.
She's had a low-cut hoodie for years.
Because it was a
It's her
dream.
uniform.
Was it completely random?
Just several of that
No,
low-cut hoodie.
it can't be. You can't dream of a face you've
It
never
would
seen.
be
Number
like this
89 must be
police
lost
station
somehow.
to be like, yep, this is your uniform. That guy's a Super Sentai. This guy is a
Cyberpunk Noir.
Cyberpunk Noir, and you get low cut. Sorry, it's the way things go.
The plunging V
That's
didn't
house
look as
policy.
good on Date.
We
This is
didn't
a
try
serious
it.
secret.
Boss is hiding
I have to search this room.
it. Oh no.
There must be a clue somewhere.
Actually, I'm fine with this. Nice. Okay.
You like looking in the real world?
Yeah.
You like all of this game except for the Somnium sequences?
Yeah. Somnium really
You like-
takes the steam right out.
You
of
like
it.
Aiba and Files?
Yeah.
You just don't like
the
Somnium.
Files. I don't want any sound. Actually, like I like the idea of the Somnium a lot. I wish we instead of
I wish it were more coherent.
Yeah, I
Like,
wish.
If it had been like all Japanese wordplay or something, and they were just like, fuck it, they'll figure it out or they won't. That would be better.
That
for
would
me.
make more sense. Like if this was just a translation area, it's like, oh yeah, kick the lamp is a hilarious pun if you know
don't
the
get
words kick and lamp in Japanese.
You just want it to
Since-
make sense to somebody.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be me. If someone was like, oh yeah, this is the logical train of thought for this room, or yeah, this is hilarious and we had to put it in, that's fine.
Yeah, you're not. No one is mad about wearing the suit.
No, the
hold
pot
on. Hit,
almost brought that back.
Hit square.
Square.
Go to file.
This is a tutorial we've never done.
It's 2 sentences long. Okay. Then go to album.
Interesting.
Now go to 89A. Damn, I was really hopeful.
That we'd get a pothead.
Yeah.
You get concept art.
That's kind of cool.
Just 89 before we decided on his look.
What's she holding? The phone.
She never got to answer that phone.
Go back to,
Wee, 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 wee.
Sadako. That. Well, I
With
really
a
like
pipe.
the expression there, but no, was that it?
Gross. Cute. No. You're saying the wrong thing.
Huh. That's a good design for Date. That's the real one, isn't it?
Purple, yeah. I think that's what they ended up with. He just always has this silly coat on.
That's cool, but it's too
Ugh.
dark. It's too macabre. Yeah. Okay, I was really hopeful that we'd have a thing.
Wow.
Can you look at the Abyss entry for me? Advanced Brain Investigation Squad, a special classified division of the Metropolitan Police Department, tasked with conducting criminal investigation by understanding and penetrating the human mind. They are stationed 6 floors of MPD headquarters. If you know of their existence, even among police.
Which is why they
I was hoping that it would give us
brains.
backdrop and shit. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Nah, we don't get to hear about the other sinkers even here. I want to know what emoing is.
Oh yeah, you want to know the other 5 sinkers or whatever?
Yeah. Since they just dropped that hours ago and we're just like, oh, simple with that. To express emotions, feeling, and acting according to the emotion, even though it may seem contradictory. When Date said he would cry tears of joy, this is an example of emoing. Yes, I made this word up, so don't don't say mean stuff like emoing isn't a word. Lol. What is this? Who are you, book?
You know who that is. That's Uchikoshi.
Yep.
That's the man, the myth.
Nice.
She's 54.
24? No.
You can't be chasing around Iris like that, my man.
He's 18.
Wait, half his age would have been 12 plus 7.
don't-
Is 19 is 19. She's out of his range. She's out of his range.
Not okay.
It's not okay. Mathematically, we've proven that it's not okay.
37, 18, 5, that makes sense. She's an AI. 30. We're younger than my.
How old is Mama?
I haven't gotten her yet.
Okay.
42.
She looks good for 42.
36. Really?
Is there a second Mama?
Really?
MoMA.
48. 54 dead. Is that our buddy? Kagami? Yeah. Arya Kagami. Name.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
36.
Read Skyland's shoot.
I can read it. I'm sure it's terrible.
I bet it's
24.
Not. Can I see it briefly?
You can go to the tapes.
She likes yellow-spotted river turtles and dislikes men that act like ballers but that are really scrubs.
Sure. Yep. She's the one to get reception. She likes men that are real bros and can't vibe with them from the jump. Can vibe with them from the jump. Lately, her shoulders have been stiffening up on her, though. Not as bad as it was.
Yeah, that's fair.
Take that, post-it notes. Why would you show me this thing, Alex? I was so
sorry.
happy whenever it was just...
That was my mistake.
Shovel Forge! That's that game that they play that's Minecraft.
Did you see it's a parody of a popular game, which I will not mention for legal reasons?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. X-ray mode. Straying the emotions off of negative or sad. Nope, we're done. We're done. I'm not gonna do it. I'm stronger than this. Save. Save. And
I'll
then eat a
find
thing.
out what happened to the boss. We don't have to do that now. I'm expressing future intent.
Yeah. Remember all that that build up that they had right before we went into the AI, into the Somnium file, and we just I'm not gonna say swung on a fan because that was funny.
That was funny.
Patted the rug like a cat.
That didn't bother me. I know it bothers you, but it doesn't bother me. Yeah,
she's 5.
She's not.
She's 5.
She's 5, but she's not
5.
real.
Yeah.
That's not.
We shouldn't sexualize her just because she can't be real.
That's discriminatory against artificial intelligence.
She's 5.
She's an AI.
She's 5.
She's.
They made her a weird neon shrimp, and we're just like, what if she were a cat in this one? That would be good for me.
I dare not question Uchikoshi.
His
I'm still gonna play
big brain. That's the panty one where
That's the
with the
panty one,
explosion.
yeah.
Isn't it like
if he
nuclear
sees
catastrophe?
3 panties, then
The world ends. Yeah,
or
makes
something.
sense.
I'm gonna
Sure.
play it.
Sure.
I'm gonna like it too, as punishment.
As punishment to whom?
You.
That's not gonna punish me at all.
When did the pumpkins weren't there before, were they?
Weren't they? I feel like they were. They're like cars. They're like tiny, shitty Hot Wheels in bags.
Okay.
You know those like old plastic ones where it's got like the plastic shell and then they've got the wheels that are just like it's like one metal bar. Yeah. The wheels will pop off at any given instance. These are these
Let's
bags of
each
these.
guess one thing.
About.
Let's see if boss is in it.
Okay. Go for it. Here, let me give you a quick survey.
Yeah, thanks.
So there's a tombstone over here. This is as far as we can go this way, and that's as far as the cursor will go. You got the streamers up top, so I don't want you to miss out on those.
Sure.
Okay. We've got, there's that RC car over here. There's some stuff. There's that weird arcade machine, I guess. That's part of the darts machine. Weird. It's got a C. It's got N64 C buttons on the left-hand side of that darts machine. There's an inner tube, plaster figure, Matryoshka doll, cabinets.
The key to the city.
Large key. There we go. More bags.
More
She's
bags.
got so many bags of those shitty cars.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
guess that it's her friend on the left.
This friend or that one?
The police guy.
Okay.
Hey, I know you're hiding something, Mario.
No, I'm not hiding anything.
Horrifying.
Can you wear that conversation out?
But he is a cop. I trust him. Good.
Okay.
A mannequin.
I'm satisfied with my guess.
That's a great choice. Who knew that Mario, the talking mannequin, was a cop? I'm gonna trust my gut. Damn.
Wait, then is it the pumpkins because they weren't there before?
I think they were there. pumpkin is probably not.
Okay.
Clear. We already saved, didn't we?
Well, not after we talked to Maya.
Save that. Can't have them missing out.
Prime interactions there.
Right? It's good stuff. Oh, thanks the internet. We made it through. We pressed switches and
tore
hung
up all
on
the
lamps
books.
and tore up books, just like we were supposed to learn. That's how you do. That's how you investigate. Tear up
I'm
books.
a cop. I'm not a
He has
cop.
to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, oh no, there. Oh, hold on. There's a. He has to tell you he's a cop. There was a joke that I heard through Video Games Hot Dog that was done by the lead singer of the Mini Bosses, which is a band that you should listen to. Also, the joke is that you ask a cop what his favorite movie is, and if he doesn't tell you, then it's Entrapment featuring Catherine Zeta-Jones.
That's funny.
Right? I was like, that's good. That's good. Anyway, we'll see you when it's convenient.
Do.